Love Bugs, you have now tuned into my Power on Starz recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos and give it that good old thumbs up. Okay, boo. What can I say? What can I say? I'm always excited every time I watch this show. I'm just like, yes. Yes, boo, yes. We actually have it where Ghost, he did invite Angela to go to Miami with him. So at first, remember, we kind of thought that she just showed up, like, were you leaving without me? But no, it looks like he did actually extend the invitation, and that's how she was able to go with him. So while they're in Miami, he notices that Greg Knox, he keeps on calling her. So he's like, he calls her out on it, because every time he calls, she was just kind of look at the phone and just kind of put it away. He's like, you need to get that. She's just like, nah, we kind of work together, whatever. Nah, I don't need to get it, I'm good. Like, she was kind of blowing it off. But then she finally did take the call, and then she had to like get up and walk away from where they were sitting down together, because, you know, she didn't want him all up in whatever's going on. And that's always fishy. Like, some dude, if I'm sitting down next to you, if I'm your girl and I'm sitting down next to you, all of a sudden some chick calls and then you gotta walk off to the side, I'm not feeling that. That's gonna make me feel like something's going on. Why do you have to go all the way over there in order to talk to the person that you're talking to? If me and you is in a relationship, we should be able to share whatever. You should know everything that's going on, you know, and I should know who you're talking to and what's going on. You know, I just feel that way. Not everybody's the same way. I know my nails are a little crazy right now. Not everybody feels that way, but that's just how I look at it. We shouldn't have to really hide anything from each other. If somebody's getting up to go somewhere, something's going down somewhere. What you gotta hide? Kind of calls her out on it, and she was just like, oh, we work together, because she was like, oh, I thought you wasn't talking to your ex anymore, because I guess they've been talking together for a while or whatever. Because remember, they were still doing they were still kind of together in the beginning of when they started talking. So she's like, oh yeah, we're not, but we do work together, so there are times we need to like talk or whatever, but we're not in the same department. So yeah, because he was like, oh, so he's a lawyer too? She's like, oh no, we're like in different departments. She tried to like cover it up real quick. Kanan and Tommy, they're hanging out, doing the whole rub thing, bruh. They're doing that, hanging out, and Kanan's making sure that he gets as much information as he possibly can from Tommy. It's like he's good at kind of picking words and kind of picking people's heads and trying to get as much information as he can. So yeah, he's pretty much like, I feel like Tommy's just giving him too much information. If Tommy wants to go to like Queens to go talk to the Connect or whatever, or whoever it is, he's like, oh yeah, like I'll go with you, because he's trying to make sure he finds out everything. They go to the laundromat and the guy is trying to tell Tommy some information. He's like, you know, he sees that Kanan's there. He's like, oh nah, we all family. I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, you need to not let this guy know every single move that you're making and everything that you're doing. You are, I mean, I understand, like, yeah, he put y'all on back in the days, but right now, he's envious of everything that is happening. Alright, so now, one of the main things that we know that Ghost is in Miami for is to get the sneaker girl. That's the main objective. Although he's pretty much juggling everything pretty well. He's making sure that he's in locations that he can kind of spot her. And he does spot her. When he was taking a picture of Angela, he looks over like this and he notices that the sneaker chick is like right across the street. Her family, they have like a little shop or whatever. It's almost like a little bodega type of shop. And that's where she's like working right now. This is her side thing. She's back with the family, at least for now. She did tell her dad that she was about to be leaving, and her dad's kind of just talked to her like, I hope when you come back you're married and pregnant. He really wants her to get her life together. Little does he know, his little girl is about to get canned. She's about to die. They about to murder her. Kanan, he also asks his son Shawn, when they was driving together, he asked Shawn, like, what's up with him and Tasha? And he was just like, nothing. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, I seen the way you was looking at her last night when we went over there. And he just kind of like tried to blow it off. But yeah, it's kind of obvious because they be giving each other like these little eyes. Tasha be looking at him. But remember, Tasha crushed him by telling him that she apologized and everything was a mistake. She didn't mean to. Girl, so why you keep on looking at him? And that leads me to another scene that they had where Tasha, she was talking to her friend. And then while they doing that, they was kind of talking about Ghost and how she allowed Ghost to go down to the land of booties and boobs. And she knows what he just was doing, that he was cheating. She's like, oh, we're in a better place. It's like she's trying to convince herself. I feel like Tasha's trying to convince herself that everything is good, even though she kind of knows that it's not. Which is the reason why she still activated the card and she still has her bank statements sent to her friend's place. So her friend is just like, they just talking, and then Shawn comes in with her son. He looking all good and chocolatey and sweaty and just, I mean, I don't really like sweat like that, but the way it was on his body, it was just glistening like, yes, on those abs. Girl, if you a girl, you know what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm sorry, but you gotta get it like that. No, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, he was looking amazing. And he just walks in and her friend is looking at him like he is a piece of some good barbecue chicken finger licking good, honey. She's looking at him like, that looks good. And Tasha is just kind of like looking at their interaction because she notices that her friend is now flirting with him. And like, oh, I didn't know you went to school. Oh, yeah. And then Tasha's like doing all these little extra things. Like, yeah, I knew he went to school. Shawn, would you like some water? And he's just like, oh no, I'm good. And her friend's like, looks like you don't got your little finger wrapped around him as tight as you thought. You know, and she's just looking like, nah, I don't like this. I don't like this. And then later on, there was another part where her friend was hanging out with her. And he comes, no, he was there or whatever, and she's like, oh, can you give me a ride home? And she was like, oh, isn't so-and-so coming to give you a ride? And she was just like, well, Shawn's right here. Why can't he give me the ride? It's better that way. And then when they leave, she even did something where she could like drop a glass because she saw that they were flirting with each other. I'm like, yo, Tasha is doing the most right now. She is, you could just see in her eyes how vexed she was when they ended up leaving. She was just like, you could see the green in her eyes, how vexed she was that her friend, but like, girl, at the end of the day, you're married, trying to work it out. You feel like he's doing the right thing. You wanted to apologize to this guy after you played with his emotions, but she actually really is feeling him. It wasn't, first we kind of thought she was just playing with him, but no, she actually is developing feelings for him because it's evident. And she's just jealous that her friend, who's single, is kind of moving in on him. So now, oh, I feel like I'm about to sneeze, y'all. It's gonna come out. But it's not ready to come out at the moment. They in the car, she's calling him, and her friend was like kind of telling him a story. I forgot the friend name. That's why I keep on saying her friend. We all know who I'm talking about, Lala. She was in the car with him and telling him her story and how she tends to have to get seconds from Tasha and Ghost, and things are just, she doesn't have that lavish lifestyle. She just kind of gets the hand-me-downs type of stuff. And then she sees her calling. She's like, wow, you really got it bad for her, right? And he's like, oh no. You know, he's trying to deny it. He's trying to front. But she's like, you know what? She swoops it off and she goes in for the kill and she kisses him. And I'm just like, girl, don't be losing your friendship over no guy. Because even though Tasha is married and she knows everything else, she seems like the type that would get jealous if she ends up with him. And she probably go a little harder just because she sees that her friend is about to get him. Like, I feel like Tasha just wants to be the winner, you know, like it's some kind of game or something. So now she about to go a little bit harder. You seen how when they was in the kitchen, she tried to like open up and, you know, show a little cleavage. Shawn, can you help me put these at the top? And he was just like, well, now I look at you as a big sister. And she just kind of looked like, oh wow, that's weird. I thought you liked me, you know? What else happened? I'm just like going all over the place because there were like so many freaking good scenes. I was sitting here like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. Run! Like I was just, because I watched it on my iPad because my sister, she's in the other room and she's actually like catching up on everything. Because I've been telling her about Power, but she's been sleeping on it. But finally she's like catching up to the first season, her and her friend. And I had like a girls' night last night, so that's why my voice sounds a little funky, I know. So anyways, now Tommy, he tries to get that young dude, the one, the same one that was, that Ghost was talking to last week. I forget his name. I think they called him Quarter Water or something like that. He tries to get him to work with him because, you know, they got all this drugs and product, whatever, that they need to move now that Ghost agreed to move more stuff, more products. So what he tries to do is get this dude on his side. He's playing pool with him. He takes Kanan along with him, this reckless freaking ball, this wrecking ball. He takes him with him. And first Tommy was doing a good job. I mean, it wasn't really going anywhere. The dude was kind of disrespecting Tommy. And then Kanan just was like, yo, what, you know why? He like even disrespected the dude's mother. Like, yo, you know why they call you Quarter Water? Because your mom used to suck for a quarter. Like he was like going in. And the dude was about to get mad. All he did, yo, he dead. Oh, he got him right through his head. Like, it was crazy the way he shot him. I was just left here like, yo, did he just do that? And then they kill off all the witnesses and them too. They killed them off. So it was just a bloody mess. I'm like, yo, these people, they just kill like it's nothing. Like, you could just walk around shooting people. It's crazy how they do this. I'm like, where's the cops at? You know? They probably gonna come like 2-3 hours later for the most part and try to find witnesses, but all the witnesses in them is gone, so they ain't even gonna be able to find anybody. But yeah, it was crazy. So now they pretty much eliminated those guys, so I guess they can just take over the territory now, get some new kids, and have them move the weight, move the product, and just take over the territory. That's what they gonna do. All they need is workers. Angela, right now, her and this Knox dude, Greg, they've been talking about the investigation and everything, and now she really thinks that Tommy is the person that did everything. She thinks that he's the mastermind behind everything, and she's working on taking him down. So after a passionate night of sex with Ghost, Angela is like, we need to talk. I need to talk to you about something. And you already know when they get all, we need to talk, or I gotta ask you something. It's about to go down. Something serious is about to happen. So that's exactly what happened. She told him that she thinks that Tommy is a drug lord. What other word can we say, right? He's the kingpin. She thinks that he's the main person in an investigation that she's doing. She reveals that she's a cop. He acts as though he really didn't know that she was, even though we all know that he knew because Tommy told him. But now it kind of cleared up a lot of things for him, because he's like, is that the reason why you came to the club? She looked in his eyes and she was like, no, I had no idea. She was like, it just so happened to go down this way. It looks like he's the person. She was like, didn't you ever wonder how he got the money to be able to invest into the laundromat? Because she already knows that they're business partners and everything. And he was just like, nah, like, I never thought about it. You know, he's fronting hard body. She even asked him if anybody ever called Tommy Ghost, and he's like, nah, he never heard that. and you could tell that he's just like, yo, this is a crazy situation. She even wants him to testify against Tommy in order to vindicate himself and clear his name so that they can move to Miami and live in the sunset and have this amazing life together and just make Tasha wealthy, as he said he would do, and have the kids move with him. I'm like, how you trying to take her kids too? He trying to just give her money, because from what they was talking about earlier, it sounded like he ready to just give Tasha a whole ton load of money, take the kids, put them in school, and you know, like, don't you think she gonna fight for her kids? I mean, I would hope so. You know, I wouldn't see it any other way. You know, he just has like this easy scenario of what he expects to happen, and for her to just willingly accept everything. And I just don't see Tasha doing it that easily. Even if she gets a whole ton load of money, I don't see her going that easily, because she's gonna be like, at the end of the day, I helped to build this entire thing with you. I was there from day one. Like, she might even rat him out. Nah, but that might get her taken down too, or it might get all the assets taken down. So I don't know if she would actually rat him out, but you never know. At the end of the day, when a woman's upset and a woman's scorned, you never know. And so the last night, oh, and she just kind of looks at him and she's just like, as far as Angela, she kind of just looked at him and like, are you going to, are things gonna change? Are you still here with me? Are you still riding with me? Or are you going to leave me because of this? And he's like, I'm not leaving you. I'm not going anywhere. But he does look like he's like torn, and it's a lot of decisions that he's gonna have to make once he gets back to New York. So last night in Miami, Jamie, he sees the sneaker chick while they were at a restaurant. And he's like, yo, this is my opportunity. This is my chance. But little did he know that Kanan had already sent his dude to Miami to make sure that he gets her before this dude does, before Jamie does. So he sees her and he tells Angela like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, because he made sure that he dropped his knife. He's like, oh, me voy al baño, or something like that he said. Like, pretty much he's going to the bathroom, but he just said it in Spanish. So he goes, hurries up, because he sees her. He has his little knife in his hand, you know, ready to juke her up. And he runs after. I'm like, yes, go. He runs after her. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the timer. He runs after her, and when he gets over to her, she kind of like locks the gate, so he got to go around. When he goes around, that's when the other dude ended up getting her and just stabbed her up and ran real quick. He seen the dude running too. But then when he came over to her and tried to say, was it, who hired you? Who hired you? Was it Rolo that hired you? And she's just like, you're a dumb mother effer. She just basically told him, that was like the last words that she had, you're stupid. She was like, no, it wasn't Rolo. I'm like, yo, tell him. But she didn't tell him that it was Kanan. I'm like, but at least the way she said it, it might make him kind of think like, why is she calling me dumb? Who could it be? Like, dude, it's your closest homie. It's your friend, somebody that you consider. Like, in the drug game, from what I've seen, you can't really have like friends like that, because people will turn on you in a drop of a dime. Even people you grew up with, as we can see, you know, they will turn on you. So that's the what happened with that. And then when he went back to the table, you know, he's just like, oh, I was talking to Stern on the phone. Stern is the guy from the club. She did help him. Angela helped him because she looked up Stern and to see if he had like any lawsuits or anything against him. So that could kind of help with the whole Stern situation. But when they went back to LaGuardia, it looked like they was at LaGuardia Airport. When they went back there, it just, you could see when they were departing, Angela and Ghost were like leaving each other. You could kind of see that there was this weird kind of vibe in the air, and she ended up taking a cab to go by herself, because now she got to go hard with this case that she's on, and he got to do what he got to do. He got to talk to Tommy and come up with a plan. And you know, Tommy's first instincts, he wants to kill, but you kill her, that's not going to save anything. That's going to just make you look worse at the end of the day, because now she's on to you. And she's already putting it out there into the space. That all the people already are going to, everybody else are going to be looking at him now. So, I don't know. Jamie done got himself into a whole bunch of stuff, but it's like he's battling between the forces of good and evil. I feel like I'm talking about a superhero, but it's true. He got his drug side, which is with his best friend. Then he got the good side. Like, he could just go clean. But, I mean, he don't even got his club right now. He's still trying to get that back. But, you know, he can just go and be good. But I feel like at the end of the day, regardless to how you put it, he can go down. Like, even if he helps to get Tommy down, it's gonna connect back to him, unless he lies and testifies against him. That's the only way that I feel like it truly would not get back to him, you know. But once they do that investigation, they're gonna try to find out where he got the money from to do this and invest into that. So I don't know, it's just a real sticky situation, and they better go move to another country or something, because she's coming. She is coming for them. I think maybe if he confesses to Angela, maybe then, you know, but she could lose her job. She could lose everything that she worked. Like, even doing this, by her just opening up and telling him all that information, like she said, she could lose her job. But it's love that made her do all of that. But now it's like, ugh, I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know. I'm just like babbling now. Let me stop talking about this. I'm coming up with all these different scenarios in my head of what can happen to just make this all work out and not have Jamie in jail. Like, that's the only thing. Like, that's not supposed to happen. And they showed little highlights from the next one, and it looks like they're gonna try to talk to Holly, and I don't trust that Holly chick. She knows way too much for somebody that just started talking to him. I don't feel like she's proved herself or anything else. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens with that. And Shawn is getting ballsy too. It looked like he went up to her and went up to Tasha and was like, yo, I like you. What's good? Stop fronting on the kid. So yeah, and Kanan, I think he gonna try to get the goodies from Tasha. I don't know though. Oh, alright, that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.